Welcome to Chris and Carlette Live, a podcast about life, love, and overcoming obstacles. Each week, we discuss the good, the bad, and the indifferent of life's interruptions. Now, here's your host, Chris and Carlette.
Keep believing, don't go stressing, keep it moving. God, we're resting, here to help you, here to bless you. With God on our side, CNC Life.
All right, here we are. It's Monday,
Yes,
the
it's
last day of the month.
No, that's tomorrow.
Well, I mean the last Monday for us
Yes.
for Black History Month as well.
Right.
And we had such a great time.
Yes, we did. This month, our theme was "You Are Making Black History." Now, definitely, we can always go back in history and pull up, our heritage and great facts of African American history. However, we don't have to reach too far back. We have history being made now in the present, and we have featured someone every week that is making Black History. Week 1, we had Jocelyn Kelly from Gary, Indiana, who opened up a restaurant. Actually opened it. This is her second location, built from the ground up, making a difference. Then we had the second week, Cassandra Boyd, and she featured how she created an app of other ways you can be celebrated, and not just for weddings and baby showers. So it's a gift registry, and it's called Celebrate Me. So look that up and get that going. So your friends, they don't have to guess what to buy you. You can. It's a link. You can put in what you want. They can buy it from there and ship it to your house. Then our third week, last week, we had Pastor Felicia Blakely in Michigan City, Indiana, of Diamonds and Pearls mentorship program, and how she's making history, changing the lives of young ladies from the ages of 9 to 19 and helping them go to college and break generational I hate the word curses or stigmas, let's say that, and beating statistics and beating the odds. And she's being their advocate, and she's doing it right there. She meets with them every other Thursday. And so it was Diamonds and Pearls last week, and now we have this week.
Yes, so before we go there, I
Yes.
want to talk about, we went down to Boca Raton, Florida,
Yes.
and had a great time just being we were just vacation. You had to work though. I called off, but
Partially. I just worked a few days.
yes, but we had a great time. Of course, we had some fun activities. One of which I had to take my daughter to get her nails done.
Of course.
I had to do that before she went to the beach. Then she insisted that I take her to go get something to eat that morning. So we did that. And then we went ahead, and so that Friday we went and had dinner with some friends.
Yes, our camp buddies.
And who did you know we would run into? So we went to this famous restaurant called the Red Rooster, which is a famous restaurant in Miami, in Harlem. And the owner, Chef Marcus Samuelson, walked in as we were having dinner.
Yes.
And everybody, Carlette noticed him, and everybody just was fanning out. And
I did. Now I'm the type, if I see a actor or singer, a celebrity, I leave them alone. I really do. I give them their space. They need that time. They're having their personal time. I don't. Oh, can I get an autograph? Can I get a bit? I don't do any of that. But let me tell you, when I saw him, because I love to cook, so when I saw him, I was like, oh. I actually said, oh. I did the fangirl thing. I
didn't know what you was talking about.
I did, but I didn't bother him. I did not go to his table. They were celebrating his wife's birthday. His wife is absolutely beautiful. And let the man be, But You see, we got a picture somehow.
Yeah, I had to get a picture, so yeah. So
Disguise it as a group picture.
Right,
but we got that picture.
And you know what the funny thing was? Although he's the chef, the head chef, he was looking on the menu to see what to order, I guess. I mean, to each his own, but it was fun just being there and having fun with Crystal and her husband. She was actually on the show on Tuesday.
Yes.
This past Tuesday, and then she had a friend, Jan.
We had Miss
and
Jan.
And her husband, which
James.
is not in the photo. And then Iggy, my boy Iggy. So it was fun. We had a great time.
Time to get away.
Time to get away. Sleep. We took you on a boat ride.
That I will not get on.
Yes, speedboat. That was very fun.
It was horrible.
That was fun. Very fun.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
I can say I did it, but I'm a leisure type girl. Put me on the yacht, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna.
She's the bougie girl.
Keep it slow and wine. Dine and have a good time.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So that brings us up until Monday. Today. We have a fantabulous.
We have a
celebrity in the house. I'm so excited. I'm just going to roll the clip and let the clip speak for itself, and then we're going to bring her on. So let's see if we can do this. Bam.
I keep hearing footsteps, babe, in the dark. Oh, in the dark, baby, 'cause you've got a flare. You are the answer to my prayer. Simply put, you're a breath of fresh midnight air. It's a story of a lovely lady who was bringing up 3 very lovely girls, yeah. All of them had hair of gold, like their mother. The youngest one had, I know you know. Here's the story of a man named Brady who was busy with 3 boys of his own. They were 4 men living all together, but what? But they were, baby, 'cause you will be jamming until the break of dawn. Nobody ever told me that you will be jamming until the break of dawn. See, nobody ever told me that you, hey, will be jamming until the break of dawn. You make my soul a burning fire. You're getting to be my one desire. You're getting to be all that matters to me. And let me tell you, boy, I hope and pray you stay I live. A little more love I'll have to give, a little more love that's faithful and true. All I do is think about you, yeah. Come on, y'all, sing that with me now. Yeah, yeah. All
I do.
Okay, that day job.
Is think about you.
That day job. That day job.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I forgot.
We
have
a celebrity.
None other than our own, Robin Latimore.
Lord help us.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good. Did you like that singing I did, Miss Latimore?
It was great. It was perfect.
Can I sing background?
Way in the back.
By all means, yes.
Now, Miss Latimore, you know who can sing too is Carlette. She can always sing background for you.
So we're
Well,
so glad.
both of you all, I got put you on the payroll.
Sorry, I know you probably, I wanted to make sure that I had a clip of you and wanted to see if that was okay. So can you is it okay to ask for forgiveness and then go ahead?
Oh.
I just wanted to play that clip. You know how
If I can say, you picked the worst show clips that you could pick. That happened to have been this past weekend, and I thought I had a cold, and my throat was killing me, and all the band brought all kind of stuff that night. They brought ginger and garlic and turmeric, everything they could think of to help me. And then I find out a few days later that I had bronchitis.
Oh, wow.
And so that's why I didn't sound so great. So when you start playing those clips, I was like, no, not those.
Well, you know what? You sounded good to me. I couldn't tell.
Amazing.
I couldn't tell that you were sick or anything. Bronchitis.
Yeah, it was awful. But I'm getting better every day.
Good.
I got a show Saturday, so I am getting better and resting my vocals and everything so that I can be ready for Saturday.
Good. So go ahead, Carlette.
So we have your bio here, and your bio, it talks about you started singing as a little girl. Now, we're going to get to why we have you on here. Again, our theme is You Are Making Black History, and we are going to get to that. But let's first address the singer. The what is the correct title? Because in church,
I'm a little bit of everything.
Yeah, because in church they'll call you a psalmist.
Right. A psalmist, praise and worship leader, choir director. I do it all, have done it all, still doing it. So there's no title. I'm my mom's kid,
Wow.
My mom was the preacher. And before she started preaching, she played organ for the church.
Okay.
And my brother and I, we didn't have a choice. We had to sing in the choir. We had to lead devotion. We almost had to preach a sermon every now and then.
Oh, wow.
So I'm very familiar with being up in front of people.
Now, I wore red for you. Now, let me say something. Every Monday this past month, I put on a color that I thought that would represent the color that my guests, like Jocelyn, I put on red because she's a Delta, but she had on black. I put on some color for Chris, and I had on orange for Felicia last week. She had on pink. And now I'm like, I'm wearing everybody's color.
Well, she had on white.
Yeah, but
red and white makes Delta Sigma Theta.
Right. And which we see
That's
your
right.
lovely plaque in the background of Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated. And so when did you do that?
That's right. I pledged in the spring of '06, and it was the graduate chapter of the Manchester. My parents, of course, couldn't do the grad chapter when I attended Columbus State University for a little while.
Oh, okay. Awesome. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Now, you did attend the HBCU, Fort Valley State College. What was your major then?
Yes. I majored. Well, funny thing is, I started all the way to my senior year in my practice. I noticed how things had changed as it relates to discipline
Okay.
and things that were allowed. I just couldn't do it. And I was 20 years old. I remember calling home saying, I can't do this. And so I took another major. I was able to graduate with the two majors, but I took another major, which was criminal justice.
Okay.
And I used both of those majors to teach in the penal system.
Sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So, okay. Let's get to why you're here. Now, I do want to say this. You do have a band called Robin's Nest, correct?
Well, that's the name of my business.
That's the name of your business. Okay. Now
Yes. And it will
that's
also be the name of, I'm sorry.
no. Go ahead.
The Robin's Nest is going to be the name of my venue that I will be opening as soon as I can find the building that I like. But until then, I'm also a producer of shows. And
Oh,
so the Robin's Nest LLC will be hosting shows as it always has at different venues and clubs.
okay. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So you are, here's your vision. Okay. You're here because you are making Black history in regards to, in a lot of things, but we're going to just focus on the Robin Latimore Foundation. Okay. And it says it's the vision of the Robin
Okay.
Latimore Foundation to see cancer eradicated, a world free of the pain and suffering of this disease. Until that happens, we strive to minimize the negative impact cancer has on patients, their families, and caregivers. We envision that each family affected by this disease will see themselves as victorious. They will know that they are supported, encouraged, and empowered, and that our community rallies behind them. The Robin Latimore Foundation will celebrate their triumph over adversity and their victory over cancer. Please tell us more about this.
Okay. Well, I started this about really 11 years ago when I heard about a young lady who had synovial cell sarcoma. She was in the 12th grade. She was a very smart young lady, but unfortunately, because of her diagnosis, she wasn't able to go to school on a constant basis. And she was not able to get scholarships, but still was very smart and still wanted to pursue her education. And so I decided to make up one, and that's when I started the foundation. And that young lady went on to Appalachian State University. She was my very first scholarship recipient. She actually beat the synovial cell sarcoma and got to her senior year, was doing extremely well. And then a spot was found on her lung. They checked it out, and the cancer had come back, and she is an angel now.
Okay.
But I feel that God put me in these kids' life for a reason and a season at a time. And it became hard because I've lost 4 kids, 5 I lost. And it becomes hard sometimes, and I have to pray and say, God, why did you put me here? At the time where I'm there to help, they actually need it. And it's always good to show these children that they are still normal. They may have their own issues, but it's about inclusion and making them feel like they're any other student. So giving them the scholarship money, helping them along the way in school during their whole matriculation is what I strive to do. And, we want to see a world eradicated from cancer, but until that time happens, I want to be a catalyst to help these young people, and not just the students themselves that have cancer. We help students who have immediate family members
Right.
who have cancer and can't really afford the matriculation fees. So we start off with an amount that we give them, and then each year we give them an extra stipend to help with their school and clothing, whatever it is that they need. Because I also found that, when you have cancer, you need special things that,
Right.
other kids that are matriculating don't have. You need your own refrigerator so you can keep your meds in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
sometimes the money didn't go to the school. It would go to the actual parent and the child so they could determine what they needed in order for their matriculation to be successful.
Wow. And it's so true. And I think that's very nice that it's not just one. I mean, even if you just did it for the first year, that's amazing. But to keep doing it each year, to give them something every year, as a parent who just put their first son in college, listen, that's helpful. That is so helpful. Listen, every 1,000, 2,000, 3,500, it counts, it helps, and it adds up. Okay, so that's amazing. What we experienced, we went to your gala, and let's talk about that. This past October, we met her. Let's talk about how we met you. We met you through Mr. Horace Dukes. Okay, he has his foundation himself, the Dukes Foundation, which he was supposed to be a guest this month, but we had to pivot. He had a schedule conflict. But we're gonna have him on another time because he has a wonderful foundation. But he's like, you need to be my friend. He said, come to a concert. I'll have her. She'll put you all on the list at the St. James Live on a Sunday afternoon.
Yes.
When I tell you, we got a babysitter at the last minute, but we got one, and it was so wonderful. And we went there, and the featured artist was a drummer. He was a drummer, but he ran that band. It was wonderful. And then we so happened to sit behind the comedian. Oh my God!
Yeah.
I see his face.
Johnathan Slocum?
Yes.
Yes.
Was it Johnathan Slocum?
Yes, it was. It was Johnathan Slocum. And then you had him come up, and he did about 30 seconds to a minute. Had us laughing in that short amount of time. But it was just wonderful, a great time. And then we had the chance to sit back and meet you at the end, and you were so personable. Okay, you were approachable and nice, and we just exchanged information then.
Yes. Well, to be honest with you, both of you, Chris and Carlette, both of you have been so nice, and I don't know any other way to be. The Bible says you must first, to be a friend, you have to show yourself friendly.
Right.
And as a businesswoman, I'm trying to remain friendly so that when my business or the actual brick and mortar opens, you'll remember that friendly person and you'll come and patronize my business.
Oh, absolutely.
Speaking of which, we had our donation campaign. Was it this year? Beginning this year or last year? You should be getting some checks from me. Have you been getting? All right. I
haven't yet, but when I do, I'm gonna call you.
Okay. You should be getting one like every month. Let me find out. Let me find out.
The campaign through your job.
Yes, it's called the Workplace Giving Campaign.
Oh, well, I really appreciate that. I do have donors that go through their job with the matching donations, and and I'm very grateful for that. Every little bit helps, whether it's $5 or $10. Every little bit helps because I actually got 2 new scholarship recipients right after I had my gala that I wasn't expecting. But when those kids pop up and they need the help, then we're gonna do what we can do.
Right.
Oh wow. Well, the gala was amazing. It was an opportunity to dress up. I didn't pay attention. I probably should have worn blue, but I wore purple. And
any color was fine.
It was beautiful. The entertainment was great. The food was great. Everything. And then to see the recipients, some, as you stated, were had gone through cancer or going through, or their immediate family member. And we saw recipients on both sides of the story there. And so it made an impression. It made him then say, okay, she's going to be her foundation is going to be a recipient. That's what we're going to give to, I know, for 2023. And so I want to talk more about that because I want people to make a donation. I want people to know more about your foundation and how they can give, because we can tell you all it's good ground, number one. Number two, it is changing lives. It is changing lives. So tell us, how can one become a donor?
Okay. Well, you can go to my website, which is www.robinlatimore, and that's with one T, foundation.org. There's a donate area, and we're doing some revamping of the website as we speak, but there's still where you can see everything, and there's a donate button. But I also want to let you know that there's another part of our mission. We don't just give scholarships, but we offer lunch and learns of 4 of the cancers that I saw was taking out my community. And these cancers were breast, prostate, colon, and believe it or not, cervical. So I have doctors that are on my team that will do the free lunch and learns with me. And we've done them for fraternity, sorority meetings at churches, for government entities, just to give people knowledge about telltale signs, how to remain, how to try to remain as healthy as possible, best practices as it relates to your health and your eating and exercise. So these are things that we've also put in with our mission of giving scholarships. We want to give information. So right now, though, I am missing 2 doctors. I lost my doctor for cervical, that spoke for cervical cancer last year this time, Luann Parham of Wellstar. She was just absolutely just perfect as our spokesperson for that. But what I have learned just sitting listening to her, we have to educate our community about cervical cancer, which is the virus that causes cervical cancer. Now, I'm not by any means a medical person, but listening to it as often as I have, HPV is very silent, and you never know that you're carrying that and you're passing it along. And from what I understand, a lot of children were coming into the doctor with HPV because they're very promiscuous as young as the age of 9. Oh. So getting these kids seen and getting them the vaccine, I think, is something that parents should think about as well. One of them is called Gardasil, and you just would be so surprised to know that you have 9 and 10-year-olds coming into their doctor's office showing the HPV virus.
Wow. So again, those 4 was breast, prostate, cervical, and what was the 4th one?
And colon cancer. And yes, and I have a very knowledgeable doctor by the name of Luther Burris Jr., who is my gastroenterologist and very well versed on things that you need to know about keeping your colon healthy. There was one thing he mentioned in our last lunch and learn. A lot of people get these things called colonics.
Right.
And they think that they're the best thing, they're the healthiest thing, and they're really not. So what he normally would tell our students is, if you want your colon to be healthy and clean, you can drink a certain amount of water a day and drink or eat green leafy vegetables. Mm-hmm. Fruit and vegetables is what's going to keep you regular and keep you as healthy as possible. And when you get to a certain age, it used to be 50, but now I think the Surgeon General pushed it back to 35, 40, especially with African Americans, to get a colonoscopy, because that's the best way to make sure that you are as healthy as possible. If we can track it in the first phase, we can keep people alive and get them in remission much better than we could. It's something about the African American community. We don't like the doctor.
No.
So if we don't go to the doctor, it's my quest to bring the doctor to you, doing free lunch and learns so you can ask questions and you can hear about what it is you need to do to stay healthy.
Now, I want you to also remember when it comes to prostate, whenever you do your next prostate cancer event, I did the documentary on African American men and prostate cancer.
I do.
So, yeah, just let me know about that, and we can bring the film in, and we could do a screening and have a panel discussion after that. So that'd be awesome to partner with you on when it comes to.
Will do. I'm in the process now, Chris, of vetting another doctor. The one that I had for so many years has now moved to Canada, where he is teaching robotic surgery, and was such a great doctor, still is, but he's teaching. So we're in the process now of vetting a new doctor that will cooperate with us with doing the lunch and learn. So I will keep you informed on that.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's cool. So can you expound on some of your, I don't want to say like heartfelt, like what event or what student or child, what touched you the most when giving scholarships or anything like that, or just helping an individual? What was that one story that really stands out?
To be perfectly honest with you, my mother had cancer, and they found it in her when I was born, and she had a cesarean, and they saw it, and they didn't remove it. They sewed her up with it. And she became very, very sick and almost into death. And she prayed and prayed, and God delivered her. And my mom lived a whole 48 years later without even seeing a doctor. Wow. And so cancer kind of rings in my mind. And when I heard about my very first scholarship recipient, who was not going to be eligible for one because of the days of school she missed, being ill, but was extremely astute, I said, well, let me make up one for her. Mm-hmm. And I did. And each year we continued to help her. She kept a cumulative 3.7, 3.8 GPA each year. She was 2 steps away from graduating and was starting to work on her master's when she got sick again. Mm-hmm. And so, like I said, she got sick in May of that particular year and passed away in November of that same year.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I just told, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
No, I think you have to have, and I don't want to talk too spiritual, but you have to have a special anointing to deal with this type of stuff. Because we had a cousin, a nephew of ours, who passed away from a rare form of throat cancer. And to go into the children's hospital is like, when you see your kids, you want to hug them extra tight, extra hard. Going into these places, I mean, it's devastating. I mean, you have to have the mindset to know what you're going in for, and I mean, I can't even explain it really. It's just you have to have a special gift from God to go into these places, and obviously you are one of them for doing what you're doing.
Absolutely.
I really don't look at myself, Chris, Carlette, I don't look at myself as being special. And as you said, I don't want to get too spiritual because I could. Mm-hmm. The Bible says, well, Jesus said, when I was sick, you didn't visit me. When I was in prison, you didn't visit me. You didn't help me. You didn't feed me when I was hungry. And they said, well, Lord, when did we see these things? He said, when you did it to the least one of my little ones. Yeah. So for me, these kids, what I found and what they've told me, they've said, Miss Robin, when I was very young, there were foundations there that could help me. And then when you get older and you're in your adolescent up to college, there's not a whole lot out there as it relates to scholarships for kids that are going through this. And so they were very grateful to be able to qualify for that. So now, of course, I have the mission of giving the scholarships out. Now, I already do that. And then, of course, I have the mission of the lunch and learn so that people can get the knowledge. My third mission for the long run, and this is what I'm praying for, that I'm able to get funding to help the parents of my kids that pass away. Wow. Because I try to be there for them as much as I can, but I'm not astute enough to be able to handle what they need. They need counseling from those that are, in that field. So my long-term goal is to be able to get the funding that I need to have a counselor on staff to help my parents and my kids who have parents that have cancer that pass away, during their matriculation, and they need that support.
So again, if you all are watching, please like, subscribe, and share on our YouTube page. But more importantly than that, we would love for you to go to the Robin Latimore Foundation.org to make a donation to this effort, this campaign, this healing, I should say. Make sure you go out and do just pledge a donation or do something just to help in this effort, this endeavor.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Also,
thank you so much.
And I want to add to that, people may think, oh, I want to help. Okay, I'm going to tell you this. A person can go to your gala event and will wants to and be so moved that they'll run. How can I help you? What can I do? Because I know I was one of them. Okay, I was. And what can I stuff envelopes? Can I do? And maybe you cannot do that, but this is how you can help. You can give. And like she said, any amount is accepted because you got to think it all comes together to one pot. And it builds up, and everything adds up. Okay, even if it's whether it's one time or you do something bi-weekly, you do something once a month, you wait to tax time. However you want to do it, it all comes back to help. It goes to one place, but is dispersed to the necessary parties that's going through something. You're helping. This is how you can help these children. You might not be able to hold their hand.
Absolutely.
But this is definitely a way that is helping them in their time of need.
I was on another show before this one. This is kind of off subject. But the question was, are you related to Kenny Latimore?
I wish I was. I actually married a Latimore in my young days, and just kept that name because I had formed, my business under that name. So unfortunately, I'm not related to Kenny Latimore. But when The Rock decides to marry me, I'm gonna be, Mr. Wayne Johnson. So just look out for that.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. That works. That works. That's work.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's good.
But yes, I appreciate what you guys are doing. Thank you so much. Any donation is great, and the reason, of course, for the gala, for me, it was very important when I started this for people to see where their money goes. A lot of foundations, you just don't see it. You hear that this is what's going on, but you don't see it. And, if my kids are not in school, out of state, they always come back so that they can say thank you to everyone that's given to the foundation, because they are still recipients of your giving while they're in school.
Wow. Now, when is the next event? When is your next gala?
The next event is, we don't have the actual date yet, but it's going to be probably the second or third weekend in September.
Okay.
I'm working that out now, and I'll have that on the website in the next few weeks. We're working that out with the hotel now.
Gotcha. Okay. And then when is your next event? I mean, are you like booked all the way through, let's say, December?
Well, no, I'm not booked that far. Well, I do have December dates already booked. So let me explain. This Saturday, I will be performing with the Georgia State University's jazz band along with Joe Branson. And we're going to be doing a tribute to Johnny Mercer's library. He had about 1,400 songs, and they picked about 16 of them that will perform at the Rialto Theater this Saturday at 8 o'clock. So you could go to the Rialto's website or Georgia State's and pull it up for tickets for that. And then I have a new venture coming up starting in the middle of March 15th, as a matter of fact. I will be producing shows over at the Battery at Truist Park. So there is a theater there. The name of the theater is the Silver Spot Cinema. And we're going to be putting on shows in there starting March 15th. I'm going to have ticket information very, very soon. My band is going to kick it off on March 15th. We'll do 2 75-minute shows starting at 7 o'clock to about 8:15. And then we'll clear that out. And then the next group can come in from about 8:45 to 10 o'clock. And then the following Sunday, we'll have another act from 4 o'clock to about 5:15. We'll clear it out, and then we'll have another group that will come in from 6 o'clock to 7:15. And we'll do that each and every Sunday and Wednesday. The Robin's Nest Productions presents, we'll have different artists. So we'll have ticket information for you very soon. I'll put it on my social media pages. We're working feverishly to get the website completed so that people can get tickets.
So you're not doing anything on Thursday the 16th?
Oh, Lord.
Well, is that your birthday?
That's a holiday.
Oh, God.
It's a holiday.
Yes, that's a holiday. You didn't know that this March 16th was a holiday?
I know now. I know now. So, I make sure that I do something special on that day for you.
Oh, thank you. Well, we could come to something on the weekend. Hopefully my wife will treat me to a Robin Latimore concert.
Listen, you know what? Do you have anything going on that weekend? Any concerts that weekend?
That's what she said, the 15th?
No, the 15th.
Not that particular weekend, just the 15th for me. I'll be performing on that Wednesday.
Okay.
And then, of course, I host for that Sunday, and we'll be bringing in, let me see, who am I going to have? That Sunday, I'll host Mark and Melanie Strobridge, who are fantastic musicians. Mark is a guitarist, and he has traveled with the likes of everyone from Layla Hathaway to you name it. It's crazy. And his beautiful wife is a wonderful soprano, and she's going to be, their band is going to be performing on that following Sunday. I'll have Ron James, who is one of my favorite saxophone players, coming in that following Wednesday. So we have a plethora of different artists. Natalie Reagans is one of the premier keyboardists, organists. She's awesome, and she brings a great band with her. So we'll have that lineup for you on the website that should be posted in the next couple of days.
All right. Well, yeah.
Well, here's my question. Are you now? I know you don't have to find people because you have a repertoire and you know people. But are you looking for acts to audition for your production?
Not necessarily right now. To be perfectly honest with you, we're in pilot mode. And what I mean by that is this is a new venture, not just for me, but for the theater.
Okay.
It seems like since COVID, a lot of people don't go to the movies throughout the week. And so this is a way to, put some life back into the movie theater. And this is a concept that we're working with, and hopefully it will be very advantageous, not just to, my following and the following of all the people that I already booked, but it's going to be at the Battery. And in the Battery, there are people that live in condos all in there
Yes.
that don't want to drive to go get any entertainment.
Right.
They can come out of their condo, come right down to the movie theater, get wonderful music, and walk back home.
Wow.
That's true.
So we're looking for, we'll have all different types of acts. R&B, we're going to have some straight ahead jazz. I have Louis Haribo, and if you haven't heard him and his wonderful band, they are one of the premier straight ahead jazz bands that I've heard. I'm also going to have Joe Branson there with his quartet on one of these Wednesdays. So, you're going to watch the website and see who we'll have each and every week.
Wow. Now I'm gonna throw this out there, and Carlette might get mad at me, but Carlette's cousin is Denise Williams. So if you would like to have Denise Williams come and participate,
For $35,000.
oh, she give you a family discount.
Tell them, Sarah. Tell them, baby. They ain't free.
Oh,
She not a Delta.
I'm not a Delta.
She just wearing.
Well, I'm praying that
Sensible.
you'll go ahead and think about that so we can help you get on it.
Then it won't be a struggle, Miss Latimore, with us wearing the same colors.
He's a captain.
Absolutely.
Yes, just
I get it. I get it. Oh, Noble Kappa Alpha Psi, the pride.
oh
of all
noble
our-
Kappa Alpha Psi.
and then his mother is a Delta. His sister is a Delta.
I
His
see.
his aunt is a Delta. His godmother is a Delta. His
Cousin.
cousin is a Delta. Everybody's Delta. Oh, there's only one person that's not a Delta.
Wow.
That's his niece, and she's a Zeta.
She's a Zeta. We gonna forgive her though, but she's a
That's all right. She's okay. She's good.
Zeta.
So it was funny once we had a daughter. They started talking to me about legacy. I was like, wait a minute. They was saying little, but once I got a daughter, so have you thought about your legacy? I'm like, wait. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. So
Yeah. I mean, it's okay. You go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say something. I just want to remind the people of the purpose of the Robin Latimore Foundation. I'm looking at
Yes.
this last paragraph. I really like a nonprofit that strives to provide scholarships and stipends to assist and celebrate cancer survivors and their families and friends. The mission is to provide scholarships and stipends to cancer survivors, caregivers, and children. Stipends will assist survivors in transitioning back into everyday life following treatment and enable caregivers to continue assisting them in their daily wellness journey. Scholarships will be provided annually to further the education of students who are undergoing treatment or who have a parent undergoing treatment. We accomplish this mission through community outreach, awareness campaigns, and special events, and that goes into your lunch and learns. And just again, I want to reiterate to people, this is a worthy cause. This is a worthy cause. If you ain't given no time in your life, give to this one. This is your y'all know what season we in.
Yes.
Y'all know what season we in. Stop playing. I'm just saying.
I really appreciate it. No, I'm thankful for what you all are doing. Because it's hard. It's hard sometimes to get. My biggest struggle is funding. It's funding, and I've done presentations for companies and in hopes to get a sponsor to assist with things. And I think by the next time you come to a gala, we'll have a corporate sponsor at that time. So just keep praying for us because, like I said, every dollar counts and every little bit helps. So we want to be able to help these kids as much as possible.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, let us know. Well, and we, of course, you know, I'm on your page. I'm commenting on everything. I know I'm a fan, and so I will.
It's all right, baby. It's all right.
I will stay abreast of what's going on when the ticket sales gonna happen for that event, so people can either make a donation or attend the event, even if they want to buy a table and then have all their friends to come. We were blessed. We joined the Dukes Foundation table and we made a donation while we were there. And then again, he did the corporate thing through his job, and we're gonna have to trace that money and see where it went. So
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Get my hands on that money. Make sure.
Any final words? Any final words? Any final words? Because you are making Black history. Any final words?
All I can say is that I am grateful to have been chosen to do something like this for the children that I was able to help during their time of need. I've gone to the hospital to visit with a couple of my students who were prepping for bone marrow transplants or stem cell transplants, whatever you want to call it. And we would, you know, do the laps around the hospital together and just listening to them talk and letting them vent, because sometimes they try to be so strong for their parent. And when they get with me, they know they can let their hair down. And I used to ask, Lord, why didn't I ever have any kids? Why wasn't I ever able to have kids? Now I have a rainbow of children. And it does not matter what color you are, what creed you are. If you fall into the guidelines of this scholarship, you can apply for it. And if we have the funds, we're going to give it to you. I don't care, Black, white, Jew, or Gentile, Protestant, or Catholic. We all bleed the same. So if you need it and you fall under the guidelines of it, you can find those guidelines on my website. Feel free to apply for it.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Well, we thank you so much for sharing some of your time with us, and so we can get this out to the world. And we just appreciate what you're doing. We appreciate your voice. We appreciate your, non-for-profit, and we just thank God for you.
This is a calling. Yeah. It's a ministry, and I'm grateful that you said yes. I'm glad you said yes.
I am grateful that you even thought enough of me to ask. So God bless both of you for what you're doing to shed light on these positive things. And I look for this podcast to turn into a TV show.
Yes. That's what we
keep hearing it and we keep receiving.
Yeah.
All right, got to put it out there.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll call you in a minute, okay? Once we get off.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Right,
okay.
You.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Wow, that was good.
That was good.
Yeah. Robin Latimore.
She is making Black history.
She is. And a lot of these guests that we've had on for the month of February, no matter how large, how small, everybody, if you're contributing to the Black culture, the Black ethnic group, the Black, whatever you want to call it, African American, whatever, you're still making Black history.
Yeah, you are.
Regardless of what you're doing. If you're doing, well, I shouldn't say regardless, but if you're doing something positive.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you're making Black history. Well, I can say if you are doing something
if you're doing negative, you making history too. But we're not putting the spotlight on that.
Right. Yeah. So I forgot to tell you, I bought me a juicer, right? And I started juicing.
Right.
And it's really good.
You had a serious concoction going on.
Yeah, that's like apples and oranges and
And
ginger.
You did this tonight, so Lord knows what I'm gonna have to deal with. Lord knows.
Well,
y'all pray for me in my sinus passage.
Yeah.
Oh, I see you, Crystal and Wendy. I saw Cordell earlier and Jeanette, and there's Terrell.
Yes.
But listen, that was a wonderful. Listen, I want you all to go. I don't care the amount. And who said they're a juicer too? Oh, Robin. Yes, Robin. And you be boiling ginger and lemon and oranges and
just call me a
pineapples.
juicer.
I almost tried what you was boiling one time, Robin. It actually looked good. And I know it was for health purposes. It just looked good. Like once we cool that down, throw that over some ice, that pineapple concoction you had going on looked good.
Yeah. Hey, Shay Wright. Thank you.
Shay's there. Hey,
Shay Wright.
Shay, your
Shay
soror
Wright King.
was on.
Yes.
Your soror, she was on. And of course, we talked about Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated. And Shay is so glad for you to join us. And if you missed anything, you guys go to YouTube, watch the replay.
Yes,
Go
like,
to our
subscribe.
page. Subscribe. We're building up our YouTube. Hey, girl, what's up? And so we're building up our YouTube page. Chris
Teresa
and
Lynn.
Carlette.
Thank you, Teresa Lindsay.
Teresa Lindsay, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
But everybody, go to the YouTube.
I think the link is in the description of what we were talking about tonight. So
Yeah.
make sure you subscribe on YouTube.
Right.
Please.
Go
Por
to that
favor.
foundation. And if you're a part of a group, okay, that can give, maybe add Robin Latimore Foundation to one of the recipients of maybe something from your group to her foundation. Let's think outside of the box. Your church group, the links, the drifters, the deltas, any of it. Your church book group. If y'all put some money together and send it to the Robin Latimore Foundation, hear me good. Let's support this mission. This is a great mission, and I'm telling you all, this household, Chris and Carlette Live, we support this foundation. We do. And so we thank you all for joining us. March is coming. March has its own theme. I'm letting y'all know now. We're going to be talking about your money. So March has its own theme.
March has its own thing for me because that's my birthday
And
month.
it's your birthday.
Yes.
It's your birthday, Chloe's birthday, Christian's
And
birthday.
Christian's is
Oh.
next week.
No, it's this week.
Wait. Oh, it is. It's this week?
It's this week.
Lord have mercy.
I get hit every 2 weeks. This is an expensive month for me.
Yeah.
But it ain't gonna be this year. I'm
You gonna spend some
I'm
money on
running
me.
in this year.
You gonna spend some money on
I
me.
put out too much money last year. I did. We
You gonna
celebrate
spend some
hard.
money on your husband this month.
I
this
did
month.
that. I got you.
Got to.
We
Shoot.
buy somebody some red bottoms, then we got to. Okay. All right, listen, we love you all. We appreciate you all. Again, go to YouTube and subscribe because it's only so many days we are going to be on. We're going to be here on Facebook. We're just going to be using Facebook for marketing, but we're trying to shift everybody over to our page on YouTube. That's where we'll be going live always. We will let y'all know when we're going to, cut it. Hey, yes, Shay, thank you. Shay, I wore red in honor of, because your soror, I wore it for that. I was trying to, wear it for that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But,
She need to wear red all the time, Shay, huh?
so here we go. But, so listen, I appreciate you all. See you, tune in with us
She
next
need to have
Monday.
some elephants in the house.
Elements. Here we go. Here we go. So we appreciate you all. I tell you all every week, see God.
You got
call
that
His
red
name.
lipstick, that red dress.
Red Heart Month. Yes, it is. It is, Shay. It is. Yes.
Shoot,
it
you
is.
may want me to sing some JG tonight.
Wow.
Some Johnny Gill.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Mhm.
We got to get off the show.
Oh,
We gotta
okay.
get
Yeah,
off
we
the show.
got to get off the show.
Yes, there are plenty of elephants in the Edwards family. Yes,
Oh,
is Shay.
right.
Oh my goodness, you wouldn't believe.
You
They
should
got the
see
ones,
it.
the elephants that connect to each other. The whole, they all, trunk to tail, trunk to tail.
And you got to make sure the trunk is up and not down. Did you know that?
No, I did not know.
Yeah, you got to make sure. I forgot why. Shay, why does the trunk have to be up? I think it's some reason why the trunk has to be
Now,
up.
see, that might be a secret that she can't tell.
I don't know. Well, my mama told me that. I don't know.
But see, now you tell them the secret.
That's not a secret. But when you buy an elephant, you got to make sure the trunk is up.
She said that's right.
Yeah, see?
But see, you don't know if that's right because the trunk got to be up, or that's right because you tell them the secret. See, you don't know.
Well, look, when y'all buy an elephant for a Delta, make sure the trunk is up for whatever reason.
She said, okay. See, she said, give us some capital.
Well, let's see. What can I say about Kappa's? Was founded in Indiana University.
Which, by the way, me and Shay, we were students at IU Bloomington. That's where I met Shay. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Some things happened in the Jordan River. Mm-hmm.
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
No, but yeah. So
see, that was some information you should have been talking about.
But no, but if
I'm calling Joy.
Call Joy. But I'm just saying, if you buy an elephant for a Delta, make sure the trunk is up and not.
The trunk is up and not down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because if you buy it and the trunk is down, they might throw it away.
Oh.
I'm just saying, I don't know, but.
Oh.
All right, y'all, we gotta go.
Listen, pray, seek the face of the Lord.
We love y'all.
Call on Jesus, call on the Lord. Seek God. He's here. He wants to hear you talk to him. He wants to hear your cry, your petition. Make it known unto him. He's there. Thank you all. We appreciate you all. Talk to you next week.
Thanks for joining us this week on Live. Make sure to visit our website, chrisandcarlette.com. If you're on Facebook, share this broadcast. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to our show. You may also find us on Apple Podcast, where you'll never miss a show. While you're at it, if you found value in this show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes. Or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that would help us out too. Let us stay in contact with you by texting CNC Live to 474747. That's CNC Live to 474747.
CNC Live.